Scholars, welcome back to the counselor's office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Still have yet to fix the cam and setup. I'm just been doing a lot of in the background stuff. Still working on the house. How's it going? We've had some interesting videos the past couple of days when we talked about, people not being hyped for Edge of Fate. We talked about, Bungie not over delivering like with events. But one thing I figured, let's do a video about stuff that I do like. That's right. I figure we'll just do two videos. Let's do two videos for you. One where I talk about what I like, and then I tell you what I don't like about the new changes. That's right. We're going to talk about the things I love about the free quality of life changes that you can get without purchasing Edge of Fate, which is pretty much 90% of everything. That's what people are either hyped about or excited about, because that's all this expansion is leaning on. Literally, the quality of life is being used as a crutch for the $40 price tag or $50 price tag, whatever it is. Yeah. All right. So no. We're going to try to be positive, by the way. This is a positive. We're just making that comment now, but beware. Beware. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm about to be elitist for this video. So this is going to make some people upset. So I don't really know what elitist hat would look like, but here's my elitist hat. Just so we're all clear, we're on the same page. We're about to have an elitist talk here about what I like, and it may make some people upset. Just know there will be a video of what I don't like. All right, so we've got our elitist hat on. This is us. Let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about the weapons first, shall we? So a couple of things to note. What? The tier system. No longer are we focused on crafting. Thank fucking God. I hated crafting. I thought it was okay. I think crafting would be fine if it was like you only got a couple perks. You crafted and you had like half the perks, but if you actually farmed out, you got, the complete package. I don't even know how I feel about raids. Like, raid loot feels pointless. It used to be back in Destiny 1, you used whatever you got. Like, granted, we also had less powerful perks like bait and switch and elemental honing. Like, we had some, but very little. Like, it wasn't like you used what you got because you were excited to have this cool, badass gun. You don't really get that too much anymore. But I just don't like crafting. It killed the farm for me. I know people love it, but again, this is what I love, and we're gonna talk about what I love, and that's why the elitist hat's on. So you should just know I'm gonna say this. Don't worry, if you want to hear my opinion on what I don't like, I'll try to maybe redeem myself, but just know that I'm always brutally honest, and I may not always meet your expectations of what you would like me to say, but here we go. Just so you know. I love the tier system. It is meant for people like me who want to have something to chase, to grind. Exotics are a joke. Everyone gets an exotic. It's everyone, baby's first looter shooter. Everyone gets an exotic for free. Here, you get an exotic, you get an exotic, you exotic. Tier 5 weapons feel like the new exotic, even though they're not like overly the top like an exotic. But it feels, the rarity is there. Which is funny because apparently the icon, when you get the tier 5, it is also holographic. It's like a collection card, which is even more badass. So you get a fancy skin, you get holographic, and everything on the gun is enhanced. Everything. Barrels, fortune traits, even enhanced mods. Mwah, chef's kiss. Tier 5, if I want to pull out my penis and slap it on the table and say, here it is, it's going to be with tier 5 loot. And I love every aspect of it. And I don't give a shit. And I hope it is rare. I hope it's hard so that little Timmies don't have access to tier 5. By the way, you don't actually need tier 5. And I think that's good. Little Timmies can play the game with tier 5 or tier 3 loot, but chads who want to sweat their balls off and show like, hey, I know what's up. I'm a veteran. I'm spending too much time. I have an addiction to this game. But here's my tier 5 loot. It should be rare. Not everyone should have it. I'm sorry. This is the closest we got to a real MMO, because there's time. Granted, real MMOs have trading, so you could always maybe trade and buy what you want for your build. But I love it. It's everything that I want as a sweaty nerd. Especially if I'm going to be playing this game, I might as well have something to chase. And it look shiny and badass. Don't worry, I have some negative thoughts about this too, but I'm saving it for the other video because there's plenty of negative here. But for this video, chef's kiss. Bungie, I love the free update because it doesn't matter. In the future, every gun that comes out can be a banger. It can be good, unless the perks are really ass, and that's, you know, the only difference. And RNG, that's right. Even if you get a tier 5 weapon, the RNG could be fickle and give you not the perks you want. And it gives me even more incentive to grind for the 10 out of 10 perfect god, 5 out of 10, like tier 5 god roll. Like, I love it. I love everything about it, baby. That's right. Armor. Armor actually matters. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this tiered armor. Let's just see tier armored. Destiny 2. Let's see if anyone has anything. If there's any Google images. Usually they do, but I don't think so. I think today tier 5 armor. Is this showing it? Of course it's not going to show it, prick. Anyways, we'll use this thumbnail. That's right. Tier 5 armor. You get all the fixings. You get more energy. You get... I don't know if how Artifice armor works, but either way, you get more tier energy, which lets you put in more slots, or more like mods that you want, specifically with more juice. More stats. That's right. Tier 5 will have the best stats in the game. And I hope it's rare. I hope not little Timmies are getting tier 5 stats. That's right. Tier 5 should be for the Chads, which technically anyone can get to 100 to get the base stats. But for the extra juicy squeeze, you're going to want it. And you know what? I'm glad. I love this. People hate this change. I love it. This is what a real MMO is. This is what it should have been from the get-go. People who are upset about having to regrind their armor or weapons have never played an MMO. And that's the problem. People don't want an MMO. They don't want Destiny to be an MMO. They want it to just be a basic bitch looter shooter where they just get handouts. Nah, screw that. I want this hardcore for FPS to become a true MMO like it's supposed to. I also do think we should have trading for the little Timmies that, you know, maybe, because then I can farm the armor, the tier 5, and then I could sell it to the little Timmies who are farming up, you know, glimmer or whatever gold or whatever Bungie wants to sell, use as currency. That would be my job. I would be one of those dudes who would farm tier 5, give the scraps to the Timmies for their cash. That's right. That's how I want to play. That's how I used to play. That's how we did in RuneScape. I also scammed Timmies, but I wouldn't do that in Destiny. I have a community of Timmies who like, I don't want to do that to them, but god dang it, I want to have the best drip possible, and I want it to be hard to achieve. I want it to be something I can chase, aspirational. And I love this. I love that every stat, except for maybe health, has a real purpose, has value. Like it's been years since we did not care about intellect. Now it's super, and we absolutely care about it. Everything about this screams, I care. Eating good. Everything about this, I love it. I don't mind giving up my armor. I have a vault full of exotics I don't touch. I just collect them hoping to match a thing. Now I can get rid of the weeds. I can get rid of the crap in the vault and focus on the best builds. I can actually build craft. You can't just copy a dim link now. You actually have to make your own build. You have to actually chase it. Your stats matter. It's not just resilience. Resilience isn't the #1 stat to have every freaking time you do and play this game. And I'm glad. I'm glad that's gone. I'm glad we got rid of mobility, recovery, and resilience. All of it was bull crap anyways. This is real Chad energy right here. That's right. And only little Timmies who don't know what a real MMO are upset about this. You know what? Be mad. Stay mad. If I'm going to grind this game, I might as well feed my addiction, the crack cocaine, which is numbers. That's right. It's like Borderlands, number go up, I get happy. Diablo, number go up, I'm happy. RuneScape, number go up, I'm happy. Though RuneScape doesn't have like the most complex, builds like Diablo. Like you know what I mean. Everything about this is fantastic because it also set bonuses. Now, that is the one thing that I have asked for years after playing. When I first played Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, and I got my first set bonus, and it was just for the Paladin, and it was so badass. I'm so glad we're getting that now. And it makes you think, do I want to have the full bonus? Do I want to mix and match? Allowing for a lot more playability. A lot more thinking and theory crafting. I actually give a shit. Instead of just auto-deleting armor, now I'm going to stop and actually look at the stats, which is what I always did when I played Diablo. I'd go through a dungeon, I'd get all my armor, I'd be like, okay, I need a action. What do I want for this build? I actually gave a shit. That's what Destiny's needed for years, for people who wanted to invest in this game, and it was just paper thin. It was just, woo! And I'm going to say it because I got the Elitist hat. I think Bungie making the mod system the most basic bitch mod system for the casuals was the worst mistake ever. We had some really cool mods that really made you have to think about, and we had the light mods, which produces the Well of Lights. We had the War Mine cells, which granted Bungie nerfed them to the ground because they were so good. But if they had balanced them, they were cool. Just thinking of like, you could have different builds. We could have had with just mods alone. But of course, Bungie watered it down, making it simple for the casuals. And yet it's not even the casuals that are sticking around. Like the player numbers have gone down the drain. And so all that's left is just the veterans, the diehards. Like Bungie, the biggest mistake Bungie ever made was trying to cater to casuals. That was they made this game very casual. They made getting exotics casual. They made getting anything loot-wise casual. They made crafting, which made the game casual. And now they're trying to go back. Thank God. It's time to remove some of the barrier. It's time to remove some of the casualness of the game and make it sweaty. Because the reality is MMOs aren't for everyone. There's a reason why people don't play multiple MMOs. And if they do, that's the only kind of games they play. I'm just saying. I'm saying the quiet part aloud. I've got the Elitist hat on, so I'm encouraged to say the Elitist thing out loud. People are going to be upset. Boo-hoo. Go play another game. I'm sorry. I'm tired of the casualization of every damn game I play. Every damn game seems to be casualizing itself. Because all they see you as is a fat number. That's right. They don't respect you as a casual. They don't respect you as a gamer. You're just nothing but a number. So why? Why? I feel like this video is starting to go into a different direction than I intended to. We're being brutally honest with elitism right now. Okay, don't worry. Like I said, if you don't like this video, don't worry. We've got the brutally honest what I don't like in the next video. But seriously, this is really good changes. Making stats matter. Not only does it make stats go beyond 100, at 100, you've got great options. And then building into 200, giving extra juice. And the fact that you're not going to be able to get every perk that you want. You're going to actually have to make sacrifices. You're going to actually have to make a choice. And that is good because it forces you to mix and match. It forces you to have different kind of builds. It makes you experiment and give a shit instead of having the same armor every year. Like, I don't think I've changed my armor for the past 2 years or something like that. Maybe I also have exotics, but I literally I farmed artifice gear for my warlock and my titan and got whatever it got. Like, I'm just now playing my titan, but everything that I've had it in the vault for years. It's time to care about armor. One of the biggest parts of this game was armor. It was so casualized. It was just an afterthought, but now it matters. And I'm glad. I'm glad it matters. I'm so glad that even the beauty of it is that even exotics are even being improved because they will have the random stats. And instead of getting an exotic where you feel bad because, oh, this is going to be shit. Now every stat matters. So there is no longer a shitty exotic. Now there's an exotic with some stats and I can use it for different builds. If I want this specific build, I can use the exotic for this. I love that. I love that because nothing has been more annoying than having an exotic with shitty stats. Now, if we could just get exotic weapons to feel better, that'd be great. And what I mean is like getting an exotic, feeling that rareness of it. But that's a different point. Tier 5, like I said, tier 5s are kind of taking the place of the excitement factor of getting a rare drop. At least I hope so. I hope they don't drop like candy. I hope they're rare. I hope they're hard. I hope they're challenging. And I hope not everyone gets them because not everyone needs the tier 5. I think it's okay to have that chase for the veterans and the dedicated players, and the casuals don't need it. I think it is good that there's something that they don't get access to or will never touch because that's called aspirational. You're aspired to chase it, to go for it. But again, like tier 3 is going to be fine. Like this is like min-maxing to hell and back with the origin trait and the barrels. You don't need all that. But for someone who's sweaty, it's great. All right. This is a short video, but I just want to have you can't say if you ever see someone say that all I do is complain. This is me saying, well, I did do a little complaining, but I mostly said positive things about the quality of life changes that I liked. And if you think, well, that wasn't the only quality of life like the portal, there's a reason I didn't put it in the video. So say for the other one, shall we? But as this with the armor and the weapons, the free update, the quality of life update, I love it. I'm excited for it. And I could say other things about it, but again, we'll save for the what I hate about the update, shall we? And I know a lot of you are, after watching this, are going to be wanting to be like, is he going to redeem himself? Is he really that much of a dirty elitist? I mean, kind of. I got the hat. I mean, it's pretty elitist. Got the crown, everything. Anyways, I hope you guys don't really get upset. There was some leakage of some truth with how I feel about some casualness, but you all know here on the channel that I'm generally more pro new player casual, just because you know, keeping the blood alive in a game is what keeps it alive. But I do think that there is a problem with over casualization or the Fortin. I think making something casual, goes along with Fortnite-ification, because Fortnite is kind of casual to a certain extent, but it also has a competitive scene that's very sweaty, and they do a really good balancing of that. But Destiny has not been doing that. They've not been balancing the casual versus veteran experience, and something always seems to go swing one direction, where either the casuals hate it or the veterans hate it. I think a perfect example is crafting. And it seems like Bungie is swinging towards the other direction now with the removal of crafting, mostly seeming like the tier system was replacing it. It just seems like that's going to upset more people. When I hear you. I'm personally glad it's gone, but at the same time, I hear you. I understand. We have no idea how difficult the tier system really will be. I hope it is challenging, and I hope that like I said, I do think tier 5 should be aspirational, even for me. Like, if I'm getting tier 5s like candy, then it almost felt like nothing changed. Like, the tier 5 system almost felt like all it did was change the name from tier 5 from adept, right? So we'll see how it turns out, but I get you guys. We'll talk more about the what I hate in the next video. It's really hard not to mix and match. It really is just not. It's not hard to be positive or be like, obviously being elitist, but it's hard to not like give you like leadway into like my thoughts on something that is negative while also being positive. Kind of a bitch, but we did it. We did it. This has been Mr. Elitist Gamer. And I do like these changes. These changes are 100% for people like me who play the game too dang much. I love the stats. I love the tier system. And I'm excited to get my hands on it and grind my nuts off. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm sure there's going to be some spicy comments. So I'm not going to try to take things personally, because I know a lot of people are going to disagree, especially with the elitist takes. Just know it was intentional that I separated two. You'll have your video of praising and rejoicing that I'm bringing some criticism on behalf of the casuals. But for now, us elitist veterans have to have our moment of praise, because it is just, I'm excited. I'm excited for these changes. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Until next time, don't forget to game out.